big weight of tech earnings out of the way. And now the big volatility event is J. Powell coming out on Wednesday to break the news to us. What's going to happen? 50 points, most likely. I think the market is starting to price in 50 points. I agree. Be careful shorting under 4,100. I do think there's a high probability we're going to touch 4,100 today, but below that, just be very careful because there's nothing posted under it. And having said that, there's nothing posted above us either. So watch where this thing goes. Watch where this thing goes into the bell. I'm going to watch how the liquidity is posted coming out on the bell. I'm still currently short 41.20. I'm down 6 points on it. I was up a considerable amount, but unfortunately I didn't get an exit, and it blasted off, and I was down about 12 points on it. Nothing crazy, but still. Yeah. So looking at the contracts today, I'm going to be playing zeros to start the day off, and I'm going to be looking to see where the market's going to go. I don't really know. I don't have as much confidence today as we did on Friday, obviously, because there's not all that much liquidity outside of 4,100. My only confident play today right now is that the fact that we are going to touch 4,100. Hence why I'm still holding my short. And I'll just play calls around that if we come up until it's obvious that we're not going to touch 4,100. Sorry, I've got the hiccups, and I don't want you to hear me hiccup. I'm keep muting. So right now we're 41.25 on ES. We've got a little selling action creeping in here. The market is pretty flat overall compared to where we've closed. ES is now dead flat compared to where we closed. NASDAQ is down 0.09. And there is the bell, 8:30 or 9:30 Eastern Time. A little green to start the day off. Ooh, liquidity posted 41.95. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and close out these shorts because that we do have to deal. So here looking, in fact, I'm going to post this. All liquidity is pinned very much higher, right there. So we got 4,100 down here, significant level, but everything just posted big time, 41.92, 42.05, 41.80, and above. So this looks like the opposite of Friday. It looks like they are going to bring us higher once we negotiate this 4,100 level, and that's what we're really paying attention to. Let me come over here and get up on the stream. There we go. Live. Good to go. Mute. Hey, what's going on, everyone? What's going on, YouTube? All right, so this is a very crucial day. 4,100 is the only level. Outside of that, we're way higher. This does look like they are going to bring us higher as long as this liquidity map stays exactly like it is. So let's take a look around the market. Apple, green candle to start the day off. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Tesla, little top wick there. So all of tech coming out with a green candle. The financial sector is pretty much flat. They started out with the green, they wicked it down. XLY, bottom wick or top wick there. XLV there, and there is ES SPY, also with the top wick green candle. Let's let this thing shake out. ES is currently 41.31. I'm not going to play any puts here just because I'm still holding ES shorts if this does come down to 4,100. And then what I'm going to do is bring up SPX calls, and I'm going to look at 4150s for May 2nd, which are today, 4150 calls. If this does start to come up here, I'll take calls and ride this up, and then once I enter the calls, I'll flip over to my futures chart, futures brokerage account, and start closing out my futures shorts for a loss, and then hold the calls upwards. However, I still think we have to negotiate 4,100 before we head it up, but this is a very, very large level, way up above us. I would not be surprised to see a bullish day here once we negotiate this 4,100, and that's what I'll be looking for. So either way, let's play tight and come on down and see what this thing is going to do. Right now we have some red, green. We have a big green candle that's being wicked right on top of R1. And go from there. How's everybody doing? Everybody have a good weekend? Had a fantastic weekend, man. What beautiful weather. Beautiful weather. All right. All right. Well, you're down on freaking Miami, Lee, right? It's beautiful here. It's beautiful here. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mark. Sorry to hear that. I know that's not fun. Oh. Yep, definitely, Jenny. We are going to go one way or the other. I do. I do, Matt. I post them in the day trading channel. I'll go ahead and actually draw up an entry for the contract that I'm looking at. SPX, May 2nd, 4150 calls. If you're looking at SPY, let's do 414. I'll do 414 calls if you're looking at SPY contracts. How's my mom? She's in good spirits. She has a lot of tests that need to be ran this week. In fact, I have to actually bring her to one of those this week. Possibly, we don't have the exact date yet, so I may be gone in the afternoon to bring her out to the hospital. So she's in good spirits, though. Thank you for asking. All right, so here's a little sell action. I got 4123 ES. Let's see if we can come down and negotiate 4100. If we do touch 4100, be advised, I'll be looking to go long or take calls. What's up, Turbo Joe? If you are the new Tier 2, remember or if you haven't seen already yet, hey, I'm back in the green. If you haven't already seen yet, I posted the Zoom schedule for the entire month down in the Zoom call, the Zoom channel under the Tier 2 Options University. So let me know if you have any questions. 41.19. My shorts are back in the green. I'd love to see it. Yeah, you are. If you've got that, star, you are Tier 2. You are Tier 2. That candle, yeah, I told you, 4,100. We have to negotiate 4,100 before we start moving up. There's way too much interest at 4,100. You remember what we discussed on Friday? That when you've got a large level like that, the market is going to bid the price down to that level before they move in another direction. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and look at closing this just because we do have a volatile nature of the market, and I'm up heavily on these. Right now, there's 41.13. I'm going to go ahead and close all. I don't know, man. You know what? I'm going to close a couple of them. How about that? And then I'm going to let the rest go. All right. I closed some of them right there at 41.5 or 41.15 and see if we can come on down. All right, now we're going to come right. There's 41.11. That's where we were pre-market lows. Let's see where we go down there. Now, 4,100 is a huge, huge level. Boom, coming on down right there. Love to see it. 41.09. I'm going to go ahead and close out some of them just because this thing is volatile and continue to change. And what I'm going to do is reposition myself because I want to get a bottom order here at 4,100. So what I'm going to do is bring up the 41.50 calls on today again. 4150, currently trading for $12.20. And I'm going to get ready to position myself. Is YouTube Live working? Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I didn't post the link. There you go. May 2nd. Today. Currently trading for $12.05 each. Looking for a first touch of 4100. 0 DT, that's correct, Mike. You don't have to trade them. You can trade whatever you want. All I'm doing is I'm going to call out the key levels in which I'm going to enter. And you can trade what you want. Trade 2, 3, 5 day, whatever. And I'll call out my exits and entries. And you could do so. You can position yourself accordingly. That's what I'm going to do. All right, there's a great way to start off the week right there. A nice little win. Coming on down, there's 409.91. 41.05 on ES. And watch it. We're going to touch 4,100. I told y'all. That's why I had that. That's why I held my short. And here's the first touch of 4,100. Beautiful, beautiful action. Let's double check, make sure there's nothing below us. Ooh, interesting. They thickened the plot. We've got a 4,005 print that is considerable. However, all liquidity is still very much higher in terms of the overall volume. There's the first touch right there. We got down to, almost 4,000. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. We do have to start the May challenge. I'm going to release the detail. I'll post the details today. But, yeah, we are doing that. All right, SPX, I'm going to reduce these down. 4150s are a little far away. I'm going to go to 4140s. Yeah, 4140s. If you're doing SPY, bring it up to 411s. Big selling action below the day's lows there on NASDAQ and ES. 4,100 is now gone. That's gone. That is a level right there. I would be very surprised if we had another sell-off today. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, we're 2020, a new 2022 lows right there. That's the new low of the year right there. Nice, David. Well done. All right, so we hit 4,100. Where are we going to go from here? We are pretty much in between. We've got a little bit of liquidity at 41.55, but that's very light. I wouldn't even pay much attention to that. I've got 41.80, which is 490. That's still, 80 points off. And then we've got one down here at 4,004, which is about 100 points off. So we're kind of diverged. We're split between two very large nodes up above us and below us. So they just put this 4,005 on. I was only looking at this, but they just put this on too. 497. So where are we going to go? Now we've got a little green. My shorts are closed. I've got no positions. And I am currently looking at 4140 contracts. Ooh, I got to close out this music. Otherwise, YouTube's going to give me a copyright infringement. There you go. VIX is 34.5. Let's take a look around the market. What are the bonds doing? Bonds are selling off here. The 10-year yields are 2.985. Holy smokes, it's about to hit 3. So watch the 10-year bonds. That's going to put a lot of pressure on tech here. XLF, big sell on XLF. XLV, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to XLF, and I'm going to set some smoke alarms. Let's come up to 34.4. And let's come down to 34.25 right there. Yep, I post all my plays. And if I don't post them live, for some reason or another, I will screenshot the entries. So that's my promise to you all. But yes. Copy link. There you go. There's my watch list. If anybody else needs my watch list, I'll post it in the market analysis also. The link to my watch list. And right here. So we got a little bit of support forming here on the NASDAQ. We've got a little bit here on SPY. After that big sell, we are now below pre-market lows, which I'm going to put here. And then so far we've got yesterday afternoons, which is there. And that is the low. That is the yesterday low of the day. So we're now below the low of the day. We're now below pre-market lows. And so far, that is the swing low line right there. Little dynamic levels that I'm posting. How's Bookmap looking? Right now, everything is now either way up above us or way down below us. There's nothing in our immediate area, which tells me we could potentially have a chop day. I know we're all, we're inclined to think that we're going to have a range or a trend up or a trend down, but we could pin here. Hey, big green on the NASDAQ. What? Frickin' E-Trade. Man, the spreads are wide. What is going on? E-Trade won't let me take. I'm trying to get in a call, but E-Trade won't let me make an order. All right, I'm going to switch over to IBKR. Hold on a second. Screw this. XLF is going back up. Oh. All right, fine. You want to do that to me? I'm going to save this. Well, I tried to get in a call there, but E-Trade won't let me get in. So, great. 4140 calls. NASDAQ just blasted through and now going higher. It looks like we're going to trend on upwards. All right, nice green candle through R1, R2, and going up. Yeah, my brokers, it's ridiculous. So now let's come up to, since that move was made, 41.40, we're already back there. That would have been a phenomenal win. That would have been almost a 100% win right there. I'm going up to 41.60s. I can't get into play. It won't let me get into play at all. That's aggravating as absolute crap. What's the probability that we may touch 399 during FOMC? There's a very high probability. Very high probability. Now that's just on E-Trade, but I got to bring up my trader station. Log me out. All right, so 412.16 off of 409. That was a big $3 move right there. Yeah, E-Trade won't let me enter. It says order won't be submitted because the price is way different than the actual what you're asking to pay for it. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to pay the mid. I was just trying to pay the mid. Yep, I tried to get in. Oh, nice, Teresa. Well done. 106. Awesome stuff. Oh, cool. Yeah. Good to see you. Good to see you. First killer win today. Nice. Well done, Spy Guy. All right, so top wick, right back to the top. Now, look where we topped. This is no coincidence. We ran right back up to the day's high, which I'm going to put a swing high there, too. And you see these line segments, these white line segments. I'm using those to identify dynamic levels in the market. So now we've got the day's highs pin right there, right back to the top. We rejected that. And now we've got the day's lows pinned. We've got pre-market lows, and we've got Friday's lows pinned. And we rejected right off of it. Yeah, so far we've got it pinned perfectly, Trader Frank, so I appreciate that. NASDAQ, big red. A little 61% to start the day. Nice, Shepard. I wish I could have been there with you. I'm going to mute the live stream just real quick so I can bring up my trader workstation here. Bear with me. I have to reopen it. Nice, Nicholas. That's aggravating as absolute get out, but I'm happy for y'all. That's why we're here anyway, for y'all to make some money. Bulletin received. All right, now we're cooking with fire here. Come on, load it. Okay. No, I love IBKR, man. It's a beautiful system. It's a beautiful system. All right, now we're good. I want to bring y'all back on. There we go. YouTube is back up and running. Oh, thanks, Free Mind Conspiracy. Glad you like it. How's the book looking? Let's take a look. Don't I? All right, book map is still pinning way above. It's 4190. 41 is the big level, 4190. 4180 is the little bit smaller, but other than that, 4170, and that's it. There's nothing. Those are the three big levels, which leads me to believe the opposite of Friday. Just based on what I'm seeing on the book map, it looks like we're going to pin us higher because there's no liquidity anywhere except for those late levels. 4,000. We've got 4,000, and we've got these levels, these four levels right there. That's it. 68% on the SPY. Call it nice, Doug. The order cannot be accepted because the limit price is above or below the current market price by a large percentage. Please try to limit your entry price or completely move your funds out of E-Trade. I'm about to punch somebody in the face. All right. Fine. All right. SPX. SPX. There we go. CBOE. May 2nd. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with E-Trade. I'm not the only one having this problem. So I'm going to switch over to for today for IBKR. I don't normally do my scalping on IBKR, but I'm going to do that today because that's what's happening. All right, there's a little bit of a top wick coming down R2. No positions at the moment. And I've got my new systems up and ready. See where we're going to go. Lots of top wicks. Do you trade outright futures or so? I trade both. Trade both. My trade has done that. Yeah. You have a bad feeling for today, Mohammed. Interesting. I probably, before I really get on, we're going to rage up or go down, I think we very well could pin somewhere in like a 30 to 40 point range, right around 410, 4100 on ES. If we start breaking out, then we'll start making plays up to 4170. Otherwise, I'm going to kind of look at that because we still have a little bit of light liquidity here. But other than that, there's nothing except for way up and way down. So yeah, now this is the exact opposite of what we saw Friday because on Friday we had nothing except 4150. That's why I was writing my pre-market analysis. That's why I was telling you all, hey, high confidence we're going 4150. And of course we went to like 4125. So if we're talking just about liquidity from Bookmap here, we're kind of biased towards the upside just by the data, but I'm not going to really play that until we start taking out the session highs, today's highs. Bradley says we're going to drop hardcore today. All right. I like it. What about the 4085 level? Light. It's noise. There's not much there. The noise. Holy crap, 417 people watching on the YouTube. That's the most we've had since the summertime. So welcome. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button for me. Or if you're old to the channel, still hit that like button for me. I appreciate that. I'm answering the chat on YouTube too, Anti-Luck Matter. All right, so we got another green candle up through yesterday's lows to Friday's lows. And we're kind of pinging up here. Looking at the EMAs. Where's my 50? I don't see my 50. Where's it at? That's weird. SPY. Huh. Where's my 50 yet? I don't see my 50 simple moving average. Do I mess with supply and demand? Yes, I do. I am covered, like 50% of my body right now is covered in icy hot because I've got a blown out lower back right now. Fun stuff. Got two 10% wins based on callouts. Nice, Rick. Well done. I am an old man. It's terrible. That's what happens when you squat almost 500 pounds. It's terrible. I wish 400. All right. Let me figure out what's going on. I don't see my 50 simple moving average here. That's why, because it's turned off. Now it's turned back on. That's all right, Chris. You ever tried BioFreeze? I haven't. Nah. OM stands for old man. Love it. All right, so watch the VIX. The VIX is still holding 3470, currently up trading still. You don't heat up to like 90, yeah. A veteran as well. Nice, Bradley. Messed up my back. They said I need to rest. Turns out you need debt. Yeah, I tell you what, man, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely, you're 100% right. I've dealt with lower back pain and sciatica twice in my life. And both of them, both times were in instances where I wasn't as active as I normally was. The best fix for lower back pain and sciatica pain is lower back strengthening exercise. Deadlifts. Extremely heavy clean and jerks. No, I'm just kidding. Just deadlifts, yes. Clean and jerks, no. This is not fitness advice. All right, so back up to the session highs, just under R2. Oh, God. Squat stats is terrible. Personal trainer here, I can confirm. There you go, Franklin. I like it. Hey, you from Florida? All right, right now we've got a little trend there. And look at that. A very wide wedge. Very wide wedge. All right, here we go, testing the other top of this range again. We've got a bottom wick green candle coming up to the day's highs. R2, yep, R2. Glad I closed out those shorts, huh? It does. It is slim. It's moving real fast. It went from 205 to 170 in 9 months only walking. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it fit. I'm telling you. Mental and physical fitness is very important for trading, in my opinion. You have to reduce that stress. All right, coming up to the top, still waiting for another entry here. Let's take a look at the book map. What are we showing? They're starting to release a lot of this liquidity. There's nothing here, and we're going to make a decision. We're either going to 4170. Ooh, look at 48. So they're starting to build 4085 a little bit. It's still light, but they're starting to build on it. There's only about 200 orders there, 220 orders. So I'm not going to pay too much attention to this level except to monitor the level of liquidity they're going to build there. I don't want to be faked out trying to think we're going to go up and they put 500 here and we come back down. So let's keep cross-checking 4085. And then, of course, 4005 is way, way below us. I do have to jump off here approximately 12 o'clock Eastern time because I have a phone call with Bookmap, actually, about providing some more value for you all. So, all right, big buying volume now. And that is a new high of the day, both on tech and on SPY. On that little, that's a significant buy volume there. Do I work out every day? Yes, I do. Unless I'm crippled by back pain, like right now. I didn't work out today. I'm taking today off. I sold my Tesla put for 50% profit. Well done. All right, let's take a look. So far, I want to look around the market here, see what they're doing. Market aware, market aware. We have some top wicks at 41344. I'm going to take a look around at, I'll do it on screen here, XLF. is still rounding out here at top of the highs. XLV is kind of bottomed out. XLK trickling upwards. What's UNH doing? UNH is the biggest holding of both the Dow and the XLV. 10% of the Dow right there, and they're slightly down. Microsoft is going through the 50 simple. Amazon's attacking it. Google is above it. Tesla doing its thing above it as well. So the weakest one on tech for right now. Oh man, look at Facebook. They're freaking climbing 210. Hate to see that. The biggest one right now that's not the biggest one to look at is Apple. They are not strong right now. They're the weakest of the big tech stocks in terms of price movement. Not losses, but price action. Amazon is the biggest one in terms of losses. Top wicks here on the Nasdaq. So that's our round of the market so far. XLF, I've got another. I'm going to set another smoke alarm just in case we go higher right there, and we've got another alert down lower so I can monitor the financial sector. We're still hanging out here at the top of the day's highs. That's why I've got that white line pinned. If we break above that, I'll be looking at taking calls right now. I don't really see too much of a play for the moment. Can you put your room back up so I can get in the Discord? Yeah, it's back up. What do you mean? All right, so look at that. All that liquidity came off. Short term, it was all light anyway, but it all came off. They're starting to build 4160, 4085, but we're kind of in no man's land, which tells me a little erratic price action here. Look at this. We're coming on back down. Good question, Dan, because I am monitoring the bonds and the yields, which are going crazy right now. When you got that much movement in the bonds and the yields, you can, wow, look at this. You can expect a lot of movement in XLF. And if you see a divergence between ES and NQ, which right now we do, you could bet your butt that it's probably attributed to the financial market, the banks. That link should be good to go. What had happened is the reason why I figured out why that link wasn't working is because all the people that left last week for the other place, they canceled their server boosts, and when you lose your server boosts, you lose the custom link. That's why. So the OptionsMillionaire Discord link was no longer working. I had to go back and do it. 2 for 2 today. Nice, Struck. 12% at the open, 15%, 17% on a call. All right, still pinning to the day's highs. We're figuring out where we're going. Did I post my last exit? Hold on. I did not post my last exit. What was my actual exit on that last play of the futures? $41.08 was my other exit. Yeah, the wicks are crazy right now, so we're going to let these things shake out here. I do think we're going to have some movement coming out here in a couple of minutes. We've got 41.40, 41.20, but other than that, you see the liquidity came off, put back on, and that tells me that we are going to bound in a range just a little bit, but when we finally do break out, we're going to come up there to the top side. How can I learn the way you come up with levels? I've got 2 different videos, YouTube videos, about how I determine these levels, and then we could talk more about it here, and it'll be a great concept to talk about in the Zoom calls as well for the Tier 2 members. Nice, Robert. Awesome stuff. All right, so I've got contracts up here, waiting for the break here. That's what I'm anticipating, waiting for the break. 41.50s. SPX 4150. Okay. Yeah, it'll just charge you the difference, Steve. It'll just charge you the difference. Do you think the bias today for up? Right now, what I'm seeing on liquidity, here's me personally, I am neutral. I think we have a higher probability to go sideways in probably about a 40-point ES range rather than we go up or down. However, the book map is telling me that all liquidity is pinned higher. So I'm not going to say we are going to go up. However, I would not be surprised to see us start to make a move upwards, just because all this liquidity is way up above us. And every time I see this much, when there's not really much else, it moves. Now, it's not. The problem is we don't know when or where that's going to happen. It could happen now. It could happen at 12 o'clock. We don't know. But I would not be surprised to see us make our move up. Yeah, I tried to get a call, but I had brokerage problems. But a lot of other people were able to take advantage of that, even though I didn't get in, which that's all I care about. But I did take a futures trade. Yep, buddy. Starting the day off with a little green. Love it. All right, remember what we talked about. I think it was Wednesday. There's two different types of price action that's choppy. You've got your dead sideways neutral, same highs, same lows, choppy in a defined range. It's neutral. There's no directional bias there. You've got this upward chop that broke out of this wedge and it keeps grinding a little higher. Now this candle may change things, but when I see it start to grind a little higher and the lows do not want to go lower, it's going to start grinding up against that little resistance level and may blast up. Oh, thanks, Jenny. Appreciate that. Let me know if you got any questions. Come join us. So when you say go up today and sideways chop, do you feel that it could be one of those days, slow grind ups? It very well could be, Aaron. Now, I am not going to hang my hat on an upwards trending day. I'm just telling you where the liquidity is. So I think it's more probable we are going to chop in a defined range rather than us trend up. However, I wouldn't be surprised to see it. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to take out this pattern because that's not really relevant anymore. A little bit of red action. VIX is still tightly coiled around 34.5, 34.70. Remember, last time we hit, in fact, let's go back and take a look at where the VIX adjusted from back in March. If we take a look at the VIX back in March, let's go back. This is the VIX. Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's go back to the yearly chart, the daily chart. Right here, back in March, we went to 37.5. Let's call it 37.77 right there. That's the high. We're going to label this red, and we're going to make it thick just so I know what it is. We're currently 35.21, so the VIX can still move. This will probably bring us down to 4,040.50 if we went up to 37. That would take some considerable seller pressure. There's a gap up in the VIX right there, which means we're dropping, and there's another sell action right there on SPY. Big sell pressure on SPY. VIX is up to 35.2. NASDAQ's here in the middle. Bond market is now 118. Uh-oh. It's almost time for me to take a call on some TLT. The bonds got destroyed. Holy crap, they got down to the 117s. Man, I wish I saw that play. I most likely will be taking a TLT call some point in the near future, either today or tomorrow. Just be aware of that. Nice, Jenny. All right, so we came down, bounced off of pre-market lows. You took a couple calls for 125, 414. Right now? Okay. What is TLT called? TLT are the bonds. That's the 20-year bonds that we monitor, and I'll be taking a call on TLT. You could play options on TLT. You're welcome. 20 points for Lee Rat. Love to see it. Well done. Great questions. Great questions. All righty then. 41.50 call still up. Let's take a look at the top 10. Maybe we can come on down. Apple is going for session lows. Microsoft coming down. All of tech is kind of just trickling off just a touch here. And XLF, watch out if we come down and touch that low. But VIX is still very much higher. So we've came down, we've came up, and it looks like we're making another move back down. We're just oscillating in this range. Let's take a look at the book map. What are we doing? What are we doing? Still, nothing's changed on the book map. Everything's higher. The Batman. I feel you, Chris. I feel you. I've got my IBKR and E-Trade, both of them up. $32.50 puts for Friday are over $1. Yeah, that's a good question. That makes me think. I'm not playing any credit spreads again this week just because of FOMC. Just because of FOMC. If you want to see why, go back and look at December 15th. That's why I don't play spreads on FOMC events. VIX, new high of the day, 35.31. You love it. Nice feast mode, 18% win on the prior call. Awesome. I'm happy that y'all got to do that. Crude oil. Let's take a look at crude oil. It's a good question. CL. We're back over 101. We're off from 104. Sold off at 101. So that provided a little bit of jump, but it fell back off, and now it's trending 101. Hey, I need to come through here and delete all these. Hold on. 0, 0, 0. There we go. All right, we're bouncing off pre-market lows. Do you think we're going to go back to retest session highs? I do think we're going to retest session highs. I do. I didn't take a trade personally, but I called out a movement that a lot of people were able to take advantage of. Unfortunately, I was having broker problems. My broker was broke. What was the call out? I was trying to get into calls here. I was entering 4150 calls here. I just couldn't get an entry because of the broker down at the bottom, which was in between S1 and S2. But so far right now, we are smack dab in the middle of the morning price action. 23% on puts. Well done, the above. And big old flusheroni candle coming back down. 409.27. I'm going to look at playing a call if we get down that far. Are you looking at longer term calls? I'll probably look at weeklies. Weeklies on TLT. No, I'm not going to scalp TLT. That'll be a hold. Just curious. No, I will not be taking any credit spreads this week. There's far too much risk for a large move this week. Far too much risk. And if you're right, you can make a lot of money very quickly. But if you're wrong, you could lose an enormous amount of money very quickly. To me, the juice is not worth the squeeze for credit spreads this week. I think playing any kind of credit spreads this week is a good way to blow your account up this week. You have to be very, very careful, and you have to be very accurate on the directionality of the market this week. And if you're wrong, it's not going to go well for you. You'll have to hedge the crap out of it. You're gonna clench into Friday. No bueno. So I'd rather sit here and do what I'm doing. Oh crap. I have to answer this call real quick. Sorry. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to take a phone call. And we're back. So this 4191 level is still getting a lot of attention. It's still growing. This was 790, and now it's up to 913. Still a large level at 4178, and we're kind of just trickling off here. The VIX is still holding. And yeah, here we are, man. Here we are. And we're moving on up. 4150s. Tried to get an order at 4150s at 1090. Could not get a fill. So no position. But the VIX is starting to come off just a touch. 3506, starting to get a little high VIX there. That's why I'm telling you, we talked about this last week. We talked about this last week in terms of what can we expect with the market this week. The VIX is very high, 35 and change. We're getting to the point where we might start seeing a little bit of IV rally because the VIX is going to start to come off, the IV is going to come off, and we could start having that upwards mobility with the market as hedges come off and stuff. So we'll be looking for that. 5 years at 3%. Did it hit 3? Finally? Not yet. Not officially. It's close. Very close. Boom. Got filled right there on that 4150 call. Right off that bottom. And let's see if we could start to retrace back up. Well, I'm gonna treat this as a scalp and see if we could turn a scalp into a longer play here. IV rally. Yeah, we'll talk about it here. Let me figure out this play. All right, so there's a run up to the 21 EMA. 4150 calls. What did I get my fill at? I'd hate to post this right now. 4150, 12. All right. Wait for this larger move on the breakout. Yeah, so there's a nice healthy green up to the 21. No liquidity still, and we're climbing back up here. Top wick, green, holding. Not a lot of volume here. What do I think the move will be after FOMC? If everything comes in as expected, the markets do, Jay Powell says everything the market expects it, we're going to have some green. As long as, because right now what we're doing, the market is pricing in expectations. We are pricing in what we are expecting to see on Wednesday. As long as he doesn't deviate from that plan, the markets should rebound going into that event or after that event. If he says anything other, or if he says anything like, hey, we're going to hike 50, but we're probably going to hike 75 next time, or I don't really see a lot of confidence, that type of verbiage, then we are going to start to fall. Yes, I'm in a call. There's that first exit. I just took some off right there because of this top wick keeps forming, and there's not too much volume here. And here's the thing. Right now, it's tempting to hold on to this to get a trend up into 41.78. But, yeah, if that happens, good riddance. But there's no liquidity here, which means aggressive price action that's choppy. So I don't want this green candle to get smoked, and this position goes from a nice little healthy 20%er down to negative 20, negative 30. So, yeah. No bueno. 41.50s for today. 41.50s for today. Oh man, that's a risky play for me, Bradley. 428 calls for Friday. I mean, it's a good return, it's a good reward if you get that, but that's a risky play because I mean, all it takes is one false word from J Powell and down we go. You remember last FOMC? Does anyone remember what happened last FOMC? FOMC, he talked, we dropped 70 points, and then we immediately reversed and went 120. Within an hour, the market dropped 70 points and then climbed 120 points. Insane volatility. So just be aware, FOMCs are very, very volatile. I think I'm gonna take off another one right here. 1510 filled. What was my actual fill? 1510. And I'm still holding a couple of runners here. Now they're not support and resistances. The good question though. It's something we definitely need to understand. If we're going to talk about Bookmap, I want to make sure everyone understands. Bookmap levels are not support and resistances. Look at them as magnets. If you had to put a very elementary definition on what they are, magnets. Magnets. So I removed most of these positions here. I got a couple of runners on these 4150s. I'm going to let them do its thing. The reason why they work as magnets is because if you are, say you're one of those big old Wall Street bros, you've got a couple of $1 billion to play with or hundreds of millions of dollars, and you want to throw down some ES orders. You want to play the retail market, throw down some orders. So you're going to get your coffee. You're in Wall Street, so you're going to get your coffee, You're going to get your babba boopy and your breadsticks and your marinara sauce from your mother's house, and you're going to sit down at your computer, and you're going to put down an order. So you're going to throw down some, let's say 41.92 right here, because that's where a huge order is, 41.92. So let's if you're one of these jabronis and you put down a 41.92 order, you want to be filled at that price. You want this price to be filled. So you're going to bid that price up. You're going to bid the market up because you've got the resources to do it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So the market's going to be bidded up so he can fill that position. Whether those are shorts, whether those are longs that he want to close out, whatever it is, he wants to bid the market up. So anywhere there's huge liquidity, I'm not talking this crap. I don't mean these 200, 180 levels. I mean big orders like this. They are quote unquote they are magnets because the market's going to be bidded to that. Hey, by the way, I'm up 56%. As an Italian from the North East, hey, my whole family's is Italian, so I can do that. I can do that. Hey, new highs of the day. If we break the 50, let's see if we can move up to 41.78. Hey, I'm already up 68%. Hey, it's not gravy unless it's got meat in it, though. That's the thing. It's not gravy unless it's got meat. It's marinara if it's just tomatoes and onions and basil and a little olive oil, You got that Sunday gravy. I bring my abuela out. She makes I just mix cultures. So my grandmother's Puerto Rican on my mom's side, on my dad's side. So where's the gobbledygook? Waiting for VIX to come off. So VIX is coming off here. If VIX breaks below 33.96, look for even more downside. Who gets the carrot? That's a good question. You got to put in the carrot there to neutralize the acidity. So I love it. Some people know cooking. All right. Hey, am I about to get a 100%er? 76, 79, 81. Come on. Can I get another 100%er? What's love got to do? 87, 89, 90, 91%, 92%. Come on, keep going. Come on. 99% and 100%. Right there. 103%, 104%. Oh, Yahtzee sold. Love it. All right, now we're flying. All right, so look, bookmap, baby, 41.80. Now I'm going to put some more stuff back in there. 24.20 was my exit. Yeah, buddy. That's 2 days in a row with 3% gain, three-digit gains. Let's do it. All right, XLF is going up. I just got my smoke alarm. Financial sector is going up. So what does that tell me? Who can tell me what happens with the financial sector? Now the tech market's roasting. XLF, the banks markets are going. I'm out of all positions, by the way, no positions. Up to R4. Up to R4. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Peter. Oh, I love this job. Yep, I'm completely out. No position. No position. Nice, 50% on. Nice, George. Well done. Anybody else take advantage of that play? Who got the gobbledygook right there? 83%. Nice, Damien. Amazing stuff. 40% here. First day. Awesome stuff. Well done. Recovered all my losses. Elon Fangirl. Beautiful. 59% Blaze Trader. Beautiful. What happened, Jonathan? What'd you do? 75%, 40%, 3 for 3, 15%. Overall percentage gain, 59%. Man, y'all are killing it. Y'all are killing it. How did I catch that entry? I'm going to show you a little something, something. I'm going to show y'all a little something, something. No, I don't want to do that. nope, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. All right, you see those bottom wicks on the 3-minute? Price action is your friend. Price action is your friend. Crap ton of bottom wicks, no liquidity below, all liquidities above. We're currently sitting at pre-market lows. High chance we could have a possible bounce. 40%. Nice. Man, everyone's killing it. Look at y'all. 35%. Makes my heart happy. That makes my heart happy. 2%. Nice, Steve. Steve. 123%. Shepherd. God, y'all are killing it. This is the last month. May 1st is the last charge you'll see on a Patreon. As long as you're here. New members will probably have more. But we are transitioning over to the website in a few days. So it's just about there. What we're going to do is roll it out. We're going to have some of our internal people test it, kind of try to break it if they can. And then we're going to roll it out. Because I don't want to roll it out and be a dumpster fire. Because that's no bueno. Steve. And that happened quick. I'll be honest. I did not expect to get 100% right there. I was expecting top of the range, get some 50, 40%er. I'll take 100%. All of them. Everything's going to be grandfathered in, W-Dog. Originally I was not going to do that, but with all the changes and the crap and the drama that's happened the past week or so, I'm not going to do that to y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all a gift for staying with me. I'm going to keep you at your current pricing. All right, so green action coming up, R4 already. Are we going to touch 41.77? I think so. You're very welcome, Blaze. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right, looking for another entry here. Let's take a look at 4180s. 4180s. Calls. Going higher. 83% on a call. 100%. Nice. Man, it's flying now. I should have took futures too. I faded the open at the 21s, made coffee, and seldom catch a low before it. Nice. VIX is back up. No, VIX is down. 33.61. It's coming off. And we're going. This thing is going. It's going. XLF still going up. I'm getting smoke alarms on XLF. So now financial sector's joining the fun. I'm going to put another smoke alarm. So we are above pre-market and post-market highs right there. Oh, that's not what I want to do. There. And now we got a long way to go. So let's look at afternoon highs there and then overall highs. Now that would be a heck of a day. I would be incredibly surprised to see that, but it's possible. Yep, insane stuff, Mohammed. So for May, do we still sign up until we get the website rollout? Go ahead and join. It's a good time now because it's only the second day of the month. You'll get the full month, and bada bing, you know. Nope, you're gonna have to cancel and move over to the website. It will be a bit of a logistical move, but we will have to do that. All right, let's take a look at the book map. Yeah, everyone. So what's going to happen is that you'll be given coupon codes to bring the price down to what you're paying now. That's the way we're going to do it. So yeah, I'll make it clear as mud. I promise. We'll make a nice little write up and give everyone the improper instructions. How much is the book map subscription? It varies depending on which one you want to go. All right, so we're up to 4170. First liquidity zone, we're kind of rejecting that now. And then we're coming up to 4180 as the next zone. All right. Do I think this is a bull trap? Negative. Negative. Oh, it depends what you mean by bull trap. Right now, liquidity is telling me we're going higher. We're going higher. Why did I decide to exit? Because I didn't expect this fast. And when price action surprises me, I want to take what I can get and get out. I expected upside, but I didn't expect that quick. So I got to 100%. I'm going to go ahead and take it out, and I'm going to reposition, because you remember it wasn't this fast on Friday. It was large moves, but it was kind of nice and uniform sell. This was a huge pop very quickly that I happened to get in on just at the right time. So yeah. Yeah, you can move up. You can do trailing stops. You can move up your stop loss. Yeah, definitely. I just elected to go ahead and close. Hey, where's TLT at? TLT's 117.74. Ooh, did it fall again? Bro. I'm looking for an entry. Hold on a second. Let me take a look at TLT. Man, that's a high probability area. With this bullishness, I'm going to give it a little bit more, but that could be a good entry right here. All right, there's a red candle. Now let's go NASDAQ here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to TLT. I'm going to set some fire alarms, smoke alarms. So I'm going to set one here. 118. I'm going to set one here. I want TLT to tell me what to do. Nice, man. 213% move, long-time lurker, first day sub. Well done. Man, y'all are freaking killing it. I love it. What's your thesis on financials this week? If the rates continue to climb like this and the bonds, there's a lot of going on. Usually a high rate environment is good for the market. It's good for the banks. They thrive in a high yield environment. But the bonds are getting crushed. There's a lot of volatility here. XLF is starting to go back up. We're starting to get a little bit of climb today. And we'll see what happens, man. It all depends on the yield. It all depends on what J Powell's going to come out and say, and rate hikes and whatnot. So got some red action. No, I'm not. I'm completely out. Make sure you're monitoring the day trade call section because I posted my exits. %28% on a Friday spread. Would you take some PCSs? Nice, Mark. The 50 hike is priced in, not a 75, and of course not of 100. I fully expect Jay Powell to do a 50% or 50 rate hike on Wednesday. If he comes out and says 75, you will see 4,000 blow. We'll blow through 4,000 faster than you can blink. So I do not expect him to hike. Now, his forward guidance may still tank us. Even if we do 50, his forward guidance will tank us. Now, what that will look like from FOMC is a delayed reaction, where the price action will kind of pop a little bit, it'll be erratic, and then maybe after an hour will tank. Because what happens, he'll come out and release the minutes, the data, and then he'll do his conference. Well, he'll start bumping his gums. And if he starts talking and saying, we're doing 50 this time, but it's going to look like high probability we're going to do 75, or hiking 75 is inevitable, or we're unable to accomplish a soft landing, or whatever the circumstances may be, or unforeseen circumstances with Russia and inflation and oil, then that could really tank us too. It's all about that forward-looking guidance. And I have no idea where it's going. Would you take a deep money, in the money PCS? Negative. I would never do me personally in the money PCS. But for me, it depends what you mean by long term. If I'm going to do a long-term play like that, it's dealing with theta, I'm doing a PDS. I'm going to do a debit spread. I'm not really interested in taking any long-term credit spreads. It's just not my personal type of play. I'm not saying it's a bad play. It's just not my personal type of play. I am best at day trades and scalps. And then the theta plays are just to augment my income. It's not my main style of trading because it uses so much brain capacity to have to hedge and ratio in and out and adjust the position. It uses a lot of brain power. And they're great unless you're wrong, and then your blood pressure goes from a resting heart rate of whatever it is to 878. And it's just a lot of risk. It's too much for me. You can wipe out 4 months worth of gains on one play in this market, because we have 140 point moves randomly out of nowhere. So you can wipe out a year's worth of gains on one single credit spread if you don't know how to manage the position. Hayden asked, am I going to be doing any long-term holds? I'm not going to be looking at any long-term holds until we're mid 3000s. Then I'll start re-adding. Of course, I'm still holding my longs. I'd actually love to see this climb back up to 4,400, 4,500 so I can start looking for an exit of my long-term positions. But we'll see. All right, SPY options. Great question. In fact, I'm going to be looking at put on a SPY option play for our account challenge, which I'm going to release the details shortly, either today or tomorrow. Right now, let's take a look at the BM, book map, BM dog. We still have 4179. We still have 4191. I've got 4180 calls up. And for SPY, let's look at 416s. 4180, 416s. Book map is looking like this. Bam. you heard an echo because you had live open in two browsers. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's the problem, Mohammed, is that in this environment, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I was pinging that upper 412 level. That upper 412 level, which is kind of hesitant right now. But I tell you what, man, if we hit 113, I'm taking some very large position sizes on TLT calls. What's the conversion from ES to SPY? I've got it posted in the market analysis. It is... I kind of mislabeled it, didn't I? It is 665. So SPY times 10 plus 6.65. What are TLT calls? TLT calls are calls on TLT, which are the 20-year bonds. It's an option on TLT calls. TLT. It'll be probably 2 to 3, 4 days. 2, 3, 4 days, somewhere around there. A-Firm Kelly, up above us. Up above us. So if you notice, we can't even come down on the 3-minute chart and touch the 8. I would love to get a 34 EMA bounce, but the EMAs are lagging now because we had a little sell pressure that brought the EMAs down and negatively stacked them. Now we've got a little bull action, so you have to be careful planning for 34 EMA bounces because they're not stacked appropriately. We're still waiting for the 2134 crossover. We already have the 8 right here. This room smells so much like icy hot, it's almost gagging me. So I'm waiting for the 34 and the 21 to cross over and then kind of expand a little bit, get some space, and then we can start playing the 34 bounce. 22% portfolio increase today, Sasquatch. Unbelievable. 159% on calls. Awesome, Cad. Man, you're killing it. Negative, Mohammed. Negative. At what time does theta decay become an issue on 0 DTE longs or SPY? I stopped trading 0 DT positions roughly between 12 and 1 o'clock Eastern. 1 and 2 o'clock Eastern time. Roughly. That's not always perfect, but ballpark. You're welcome. I missed all the option pricing today because IBKR acting up. That's all right, Harmston. I missed my first call. I would have had two big calls today if I would have hit the first one. Because right here I made a call on some calls, and my E-Trade would not allow me in. I trade outright futures, but it could be interesting to start. Yeah, I do both, Jack. I think there's a time and a place to trade both options and futures. If you noticed, on Friday, I had a 74% win, a 201% win, and a 101% win. And then after I closed the final one at about 220, I elected to just go straight futures because futures don't have decay. In that last hour of the day, I don't want to face theta. So I'm trading futures in the last hour. And I was scalping in and out, scalping in and out, scalping in and out. I ended up clearing over 90 net NQ points to close out Friday. 12% on my lunch money account. Nice double D. Absolutely killing it. Hey, have you all in mind, 487 people watching, hit that like button for me. Helps other people learn how to do this and trade the right way, the easy way. I try to do my best to write things down in crayon so y'all can understand how to do this nice and easy. Nice and easy. It's not rocket surgery. It's all about patience and market awareness. You have to have your head on a swivel. Situational awareness. You start looking through a soda straw. You're looking at, or a pop straw if you're from Minnesota, or a Coke straw if you're from the South. You start looking through a straw on charts. If you want to trade SPY, you only look at SPY. Or if you want to trade Tesla, you only look at Tesla. When the market is more macro than that, you have to zoom out. Your first and best indicator is the market itself. After the market, these little purple, yellow, blue crap lines, that's secondary. Market first, and then your indicators. I still think we're going to go up and touch 4180, and then I think we're going to touch 4192. I'm just as confident of this 4192 touch as I am the 4150 from Friday. We could be on the verge of a small temporary pullback, sure. You are looking at Bookmap here, and you're looking at TradingView here. If you are interested in Bookmap, by the way, I do have an affiliate link. It'll save you some money if you want to go with the Global Plus software. So if you do want to get that, let me know, and I'll send you the affiliate link. If you're in the Discord, if you look under the affiliates channel, you'll see all there. Do I have my daily target? I do not have my daily target yet. I don't. I'm almost there because that 100%er brought me right up next to it. I've got two winning plays today. I've got a future short. I shorted ES in the open, and I've got that 100%er call. So I played both sides today. Best day. Best day. And y'all can't say I'm a bear anymore because I have 100% on calls after playing 100% on some puts. Oh, nice Q Trader. Awesome. All right, we're kind of just trickling down here. Bookmap, we're in no man's land. There's nothing until I'm going to do a little update here. I'm going to post from now on the Bookmap screenshots and market analysis, and I'll ping you all with the Scholars tab right there. And that shows us that all liquidity is still 41.79, 41.91. What platform would you suggest for futures? I use E-Trade and IBKR. If you're going to be trading both futures and options, I'd probably just say IBKR because IBKR does a great job of managing the margin and both your account. E-Trade does not do well. I've had like $20,000 swings on my balance just the way they close out your cash, the way they do market closeouts. So I'd be sitting there and literally I'd watch my account balance just go down by 20 grand. I'm like, what the heck was that? And then 2 days later it pops back up because the way they settle the cash for futures when you're trading both futures and options. I've never used an trader. I couldn't say. How do you fight your greed? When is it enough for you? Experience. There's no way to there's no way to really overcome that unless you're just market experience. You got to be experienced. And then of course have a system. Don't trade by your P&L, trade by the system. As long as you have a good, consistent system that you've developed that's yours, then you can start to say, all right, well, I don't care if I'm 100%. I'm going to take the calls. I'm going to go ahead and close a position or open a position or whatever it is. When are you looking at reentry? Very shortly. I'm seeing a lot of support here. Bottom wicking candles. All liquidity is still higher. The VIX is hovering out here, 33.92. So I'm looking for another call entry here shortly. I'm going to be looking at SPX 4160s. 4160s. Currently trading for $16.60 each. My goal is $100 a day so I could take the next 3 days off. There you go. And that's a great thing too. If you hit a goal, and that in part one of the rules of the 10,000 the small account challenge is that if you once you hit your weekly goal, you cut your position size in half. I don't care what it is. Once you hit your weekly goal, your position size go cut in half. That's going to be one of the rules. And that's up to you to whether to follow them. For SPY, look at 415s. 415s. We're kind of moving off here just a touch, coming down to the 50, 30, 21. Look at bookmap 4140. Let's take a look. They just put on an order there, which is support right here. Looking at the 4160 calls. They put on 4140, then took it off. That was just to put on and take off. We're at the 34 EMA. VWAP is down here at 4262. We're going to see what? What you need? Bottom wick on. All right, I'm looking for an entry here on 4160s. Let's see if we can get a fill. Man, weird. See, the thing is here on Bookmap, there's nothing. We are in no man's land on liquidity. We're puncturing through the 34.21, trickling off. We've got the VWAP here at 412.57. Yep, May 2nd. I manage my risk reward live with my position sizing. So, I know what dollar amount I'm comfortable with putting on in certain circumstances, and I know my confidence level. No, I'm not in yet. I know my confidence level on particular plays. If I'm not confident in the setup, but I still want to put some risk on, it'll be very small. That Apple trade I took a couple of weeks ago was only 2 contracts. It was only a couple $100, but I knew if I was right, it would probably pay off 4, 5, 6 grand. So I'm not looking to hit the lottery on earnings plays. I'm looking to put on some risk to get that big percentage gain. Do I always select? No, I always select outside the money strikes. Outside the money strikes. No, don't apologize. That's why we're here. No stupid questions. All right, so straight red, we're just kind of trickling off here. Right there. I've got $14 on these calls at the moment. There's $13.90 bid, $14.20 ask, 4160s, and I'm looking for an entry here. If you're doing SPY, I'd look at 415s, but so far I'm not seeing a clear entry just yet. It's just speculation at this point. The white lines you see on the charts, those are the dynamic levels. Those are highs and lows of Thursday, pre-market, and today. That's what I'm doing, forming highs and lows. 4160s or 415s. 4160 SPX, 415 SPY. Currently trading for $14.80, but not a lot of confidence so far. Big top wick on that green. That's what I'm saying. The setup so far is still trickling down. And bam, look at that. NASDAQ's giving out. SPY's giving out. Looks like we're going to come down at least a VWAP to 412.55. Be patient. Be patient. If it's split up and down, then there's no confidence in a play. But when I see everything is higher, everything to such a very large degree, just like Friday, everything was down, we were going down. Today, everything is up, so my bias is to the upside, that we're going to go to 4180, 4190. All right, what are we doing on the top 8 here? So everybody's looking like they've got a green forming, except for Facebook. SPY, ooh, green. Okay. Look at that. See how quick that green candle came out of nowhere? Looking for an entry. That thing came out of nowhere. Once we get to 4190, do you think a sell-off will happen? No. Maybe some profit taking. I don't think a sell-off. We might pin there, but we'll see. If we get there, we'll see what happens. Look at that. Big old top wick candle. No positions. Whew. Man, that thing got smashed. Not a good thing. Not a good look for bulls. I don't like that. I don't like that look at all. Big buy volume there. Big candle. Immediately smashed and now switched to sell volume. Seller stepped in and said, nope, you're not bringing that up. So not good. Not good. And a sell-off. Look at that. They may bring this all the way back down. Wow. So there's VWAP. And now we're coming down to R1. And so far we are $3 off that high. They smashed that candle. So when the sellers step in and do that, reverse it, not good for long positions. So just if you're looking to go long calls here, wait for a good entry. Be patient, because that was destructive. Nothing. There's nothing on the book map here, so we're still just waiting for an entry. Right now, the price action is not conducive with what we're going here, but there could just very well be a little profit taking. Let's look at the trend. Where's the trend at? The trend is right there on the NASDAQ, and it's about the same on SPY too. A little bit lower on SPY. Remember the 50-cent range days? Yeah. I remember the 26-cent range days. So, what makes you bullish today? The only thing I'm seeing that makes me bullish is the liquidity on bookmap being higher. Right now, I need to see a bounce to go up to back up to highs for me to even think that. I'm planning for a call here, but if we break down below that trend, there's a good chance we'll come all the way back down and retest the lows, but it does not show dark pool. It shows, all open interest. We're a long way off from that, Mohammed. Long way off from that. Currently looking at 4160 calls, 415s if you're doing SPY. They're trading for $12 each right now. They are getting cheap, yeah, but that doesn't mean buy them. It's kind of like forbidden fruit if they're wrong. See that big old drop right there, big old red candle, straight down. No buyers here. It's sell it. Once the big pop happened, and this is why I closed that position because I didn't expect that aggressively. So I closed out my call up here, and look what they did. They completely pulled it, and now they went from 415.94 to 412.36. That's over a $3 move here, getting destroyed. Getting destroyed. But here, let's see how they adjust to that trend. We are now at VWAP. We're actually slightly below VWAP. Another top wick, just top wick after top wick. And here's the trend here at 411.92-ish. NASDAQ's coming off. What's XLF doing? XLF is coming back off. What's Big Tech doing? This is a computer run right here. All right, Tesla's kind of got a little bottom run. NVIDIA. Didn't want to do that. Move that right there. So NASDAQ's at trend. SPY is coming almost to trend. And VIX is to 34. Not a lot of movement in the VIX here on this big sell-off. This is a huge move. And VIX is 34.13. SPY is 412.16. I've got my settings turned up as high as I can because I remember someone said that. I turned my stream settings as strong as I could get them. Still falling. If we break this trend, I'm going to bring up puts because right now I'm seeing if we come back up. But this is computer selling. You want to know how to identify computer selling? This is it. Lower, 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 lower. Every candle on the 3 minutes taking out the prior. Kind of looks like Heiken Ashi candles. Right through VWAP and getting smoked. 411. That's now a $4 move off of highs. Where can we get this book map? Here, I'll give you my affiliate link. Man, I'm glad I didn't take that position. Let's see, right there. There you go. There's my affiliate link right there. Let me know if you got any questions. That should get you there. All right, look, we're about to punch through this trend. I'm bringing up puts. Let's go to 41.10. If they punch through this trend, it's going to blast. May 2nd, 41.10. There you go. Punch through trend. Right on top of it. So this is not normal. You see the difference between this and this? This is computers. This is just normal price movement. Look at that, still selling off. This is computers selling off. They're selling this off big time for one reason or the other, and there's no liquidity here. So they could just take it as far as they want. There's no telling where this thing's going to go. Wow. Look at that price action right there. Destructive. Now VIX is finally starting to move. Where's all the selling coming from? Let's see. Apple is not all that bad. Where's the big movement coming from? Tesla came off a touch. XLF, XLV. XLV is getting destroyed. Healthcare. XLF is getting destroyed. Everything is getting destroyed now. Wow. Computer selling. Get out of the way. This changes things. This isn't the same as Friday. Friday we didn't have this type of move. This is, here we go, coming all the way back down. Killer move. Wow. All right, here, 40. 41.10 puts. What a sell-off. What a destructive force. See? They pull all that liquidity way higher and then they chop us. See, we're almost to that level where we bounced off of, this 41.10. That probably just smoked so many people. So many people. And now we're waiting. What happened, Kunai? 50 points. Yeah, 50 points. So that was what, 41, almost 416. They brought it down to 410.85. What a smoke show. You took puts off that? Nice. No, I'm not holding position. I almost took some calls, but I am not holding a position. $75%. Nice. Well done. Nice, Zan. All right, let's take a look at there. All right, here's something to be aware of. This is starting to become a very volatile day. If you are trading zeros and you are wrong, your position will go negative 50% in seconds. So if you do not want to take advantage of this volatility, then please go longer DTEs. Longer DTEs. Because I didn't expect it, Deke. That's why. Longer DTEs. Go, May 5th, May 7th, whichever. Let's take a look at the book map here. Still 41.90, 41.70, and there's nothing. So they're going to chop this thing around. That was a crazy move. I didn't see that one coming. Yeah, it brought it all the way back down. They kicked the computers on, brought it all the way back down. Down, 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 just dumped it. All right, let's see. Sell in May and go away, or short in May and stay in play, or something like that. 3-minute time frame switching between 3. Yep, I always switch between the 3 and the 5. Exactly. You're 100% right, Lee Rett. If I take another play today until I see some clear direction, it's going to be a small position size because that caught me off guard. And when I see stuff catching me off guard, that's 2 plays that caught me off guard. The call I entered, I was expecting here. I wasn't expecting that. So that caught me off guard, which is why I exited. This, I did not expect this. So when I have that unpredictability, I'm going to cut my position size lower and look for a high confidence trade. Anytime you see volatility, you do the opposite of what other people do. You go lower on your position size, not higher. Just because anytime you see volatility, it's not the time to dial up position size. That was a huge move. Y'all have to remember, in terms of the zeros, if I go out longer DTEs, I'm playing with larger position sizes because there's less movement risk. So if you see me post a weekly position size, unless it's like an earnings play or something stupid like that, if you see me day trading or swinging a longer position size, it's going to be a larger position size than a zero, because I'm not going to put a very large amount of money on a 0D position because they move like this. That would have smoked you right there. You probably that probably would have dropped a 0D position like 90%. Because it looks like, hey, well, we just came off of the daily highs, but the daily highs were at 416. That was $5 ago. Nice, Uncle Bill. So now I have no idea where this thing's going. The book map they took off that 4,000 level. No, they didn't. It's still there. So 4,005, and then that is it. We've got a little bit at 485, but it's light. Everything's way above us. They went and charged at 4171, but that's it, man. Now we're just pinned right here at Thursday's lows, Friday's lows, between R1 and R2. And now they're going to sell it off back down. If volume is high and trend is up, do the reversal. If the volume is correlating with price action, we might have a reversal. But what I need to see to go back to a high, I need to see some hammer candles, and I need to see an influx of buying volume, because that was significant seller volume. This algorithm sell-off is not conducive for an upward trending day. I would probably assign a probability of 20% that we go back and attack another trend up through R5. When you see this sell-off, algorithm sell-off, the market's not going to trend crazy high. And obviously, there's some unpredictability with that because this is a volatile market, but I'm not expecting that again. I would not be surprised. Retirement, yeah, 405 to 390. Heck, I've already got two very profitable plays in today. I'm perfectly content with watching this thing do its thing for the rest of the day. So we'll see where we go. TLT, 117.47. Still coming off. I've got an alert set for down here, 117.17. VIX is creeping just a touch higher. I did not buy puts on the way down. No. Nope. I did not expect this type, so I was looking for a small profit take and then bounce somewhere in this area, and then the algorithms kicked on and dumped it. I didn't expect it, so I didn't play puts. So we've got a little bit here at 41.30, but that's it. There's no liquidity, so they're going to pull this thing all the way around. This is a vacuum, all around. Since I have a small account and trade just one option at a time, When I reach my weekly goal, should I stop trading for the rest of the week? It's not a bad idea. I mean, if you hit your weekly goal, there you go. I can't tell you how many times I did this in the past few years where, I hit my daily goal or weekly goal and then end up giving it all back. I mean, it happens. And it's incredibly frustrating to give back all your gains. So, NASDAQ is holding back above their trend, and SPY is coming back up through theirs. If you want to play something, just find something. Even if you have to go back down to SPY or whatever it is, find something if you do want to trade that's small, where you can just put on something and still trade. I have no opinion. I've never used them. I don't intend to use them. I have no opinion on them. Look at that. They just killed that candle. All right, this is starting to turn into a very seller-heavy day here. They just destroyed that candle. Wow. That was a dollar candle right there. What do we got here? This thing's going down, man. What is tanking this market? Like, I just don't see the pressure. Let's see. XLF is sideways. XLY sideways. Look at that candle. Wow. XLH, UNH down 0.5, Facebook. So Microsoft, they keep dropping that, and Apple. Yeah. Tech keeps getting pounded. Anytime you see this, you're going to see the rates are high, which is not good for tech. You're going to see that hit on tech, and I think we're finally affecting that. Those rates being higher, putting a lot of pressure on this market. And look at that candle. Holy crap. All right. I'm going over to puts. Forget about calls. Forget about calls. Wow. Look at this. All right, let's go to 41. I'm going 4,100 puts. May 2nd, 4,100 puts. Do 410 call on SPY. What's up, Alex? How you doing? All right, listen, y'all need to be very careful. This is like when this stuff happens, this is where people get smoked. Very strong bullish sentiment, very strong buy-in action, and then the computers turn on and dump it. You got to be very careful with this. Now, they can reverse this back up just as quickly as they dump it, so you got to be careful. I'm talking if I take a play here, it's going to be a very small position. A lot of liquidity posted here. Still, it's spread out a lot for a lot of resistance areas. So coming down to the prior session, the day's lows could be right there. What a brutal, brutal sell-off. That right there was a $2 candle. Gah. Every time I stream, like I'm trading futures, people ask me, why don't you trade SPX options? I trade SPX options. Why don't you trade futures? I trade both. Why don't you trade SPXL? I trade those. Why don't you trade the NASDAQ? It's like I trade it all. I trade what I'm comfortable with. I trade what works for me. I trade it all. Why don't I trade GameStop? All right, hey, take it over to the Trading Loss Help channel, please. That's what it's there for. All right, so I definitely do not want to give back my gains today, so I'm waiting for something of high confidence to present itself. That was a brutal, brutal sell-off. When it come down like twice as fast as the time it took to went up. So 40 from 416 to 410, that was $6 on SPY, 60 points on the ES. NASDAQ is going for day's lows. I'm sorry, that's not NASDAQ, that's S&P. Why is it doing that? NASDAQ, there we go. So we've got 12,742 as day's lows on NASDAQ. Yeah, crazy, crazy move. Let's take a look at the daily chart. What's it doing? Look at that. That's a bearish candle right there. Very long upper shadow. Let's see where this price closes. Look at that chart. Whew. 41.12 on ES. That was definitely a bull trap. Yeah, they dumped it. They dumped it. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. What do we got here pinned on the book map? Very large. Ooh, that's a very large level. 120 order here at 12,850 on NASDAQ. They just put it on. And that's it for NASDAQ. Who needs a roller coaster when you got this market? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to, public service announcement. If you're going to take a trade today, small position sizes. I'm telling you, I don't want to hear you blew up your account. Small position sizes. This is a very volatile market. They just pulled a little switcheroo on us. I got lucky as all get out. All get out. I was full ready to throw down some calls. Who needs a roller coaster? Yeah, all right. So liquidity still 41.91, 41.81. A little bit here at 4,100. So they put back on that stuff here at 4,100. Single ticks, Mohammed. See, if you're someone who plays credit spreads, maybe you took a PCS right at that high, thinking we're going all new highs, and then now you're probably down 200-300%. No bueno. Why didn't you take an outside, an at the money or close to at the money call in your first play if it was just a scalp? I always play outside the money. I always play outside the money. First time here, big fan of you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Let me know if you got any questions. Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you for, so 5 minutes until UK market closes. Right there. And there's the, that's Walt Disney. Why is that there? German markets. Bada bing. 429. Let's go back there. Why always outside the money? That's where I get my best return. My personal bang for my buck is about on SPY anywhere from 1, 2, 3 days outside the money. On SPX anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks outside the money. But when I take a play, I want to take a contract that's got a realistic probability it's going to go in the money. It's going to move from outside the money to inside the money. And that's how I plot it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, UK market's closed. Okay. I was wondering why UK wasn't moving. Well, that depends. Take 20. If you think the day's lows are in, you could put on a PCS. If you think this is going to be a trend up day, we're going to keep extending, you could put on a PCS. Me personally, I'm with you. Now is about the time I would take a PCS if I didn't think there's a possibility we'll go lower, which I don't know where this thing's going. So if there's a question mark or any kind of uncertainty, I'm definitely not putting on credit. Because I'm telling you, you want to talk about losses, you think losing a long option is bad, wait till you enter a PCS at $2 and you see that thing go to $50 or $25. You think it can't happen to you. He says, oh, I'll just set a stop. Well, then it goes, you enter a $2 PCS and it goes to $4. Then it goes to $6. Then it goes to $8. But it's all time value loss. It's only extrinsic. So cool, I'm going to hold on to it and wait till it decays to 0. And then it goes to 10. And then it goes to 12. And then Friday happens and it never stops falling. And all of a sudden, there you're sitting at a $20 premium, $25 premium on a $2 sell. And you're down 1,000%. It happens. I promise you. And I don't know if you're listening, but if you're putting on a trade where one single loss can blow up your account, this will never become profitable for you. Never. I don't care if you've got 10 profitable days in a row. If you put on a trade, and this goes for everybody, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you claim to have 2 million percent portfolio gains. I don't care if you're Warren Buffett. I don't care if you're Michael Burry. I don't care if you're Kunai. If you put one trade on that has that has a chance of blowing up your account, you'll never become profitable. Never. And honestly, it's hard for me to have sympathy for anybody who does that, because I've been screaming at you for a year. If you put on one position sizes that you blow up your account, you'll never become profitable. And by the way, 2 million percent account portfolio gain is complete nonsense. I don't care who you are. Complete nonsense. The biggest light bulb moment of my career wasn't a piece of information. It wasn't some person that thought he could regurgitate the entire trading Wikipedia. It wasn't some, who it is. It was the fact that I realized when I started trading small position sizes that the market could never touch me. Never. I don't care how bad we fall or how hard we rage up or how hard we chop or how big of a loss I have in a single day, the market can never ever wipe me out. And then once I realized that, my equity curve started going up. It started going nice and up. My equity curve started to look like SPX during 2021. Some red candles, but mostly up. I cannot stress that enough. That is the most important takeaway. If you're going to listen to me and learn from me, that's the most important takeaway to this trading stuff. If I could impart one piece of information I've learned in 11 years of trading, 8 of which or 7 of which are profitable, small position sizes. New here. What do you think about open range low for possible long? Possible. Yeah, I think it's possible. Right now, I have very low confidence on where this thing is going. So I'm looking for. I'm just sitting here letting the market tell me what it wants to do. Exactly, Mohammed. Exactly. When you remove your human emotions out of it, it's amazing how clearly you can see things. Even when I take a big loss, I don't care. Like, all right, 40% loss, close it out, move on. I don't care. Because my system, my abilities to say I can make up that loss in probably 2 or 3 trades, if not sooner, if not one trade. I don't care. Am I going to let one single trade ruin my emotions? Oh, blah, blah, I took a loss. So be it. Who cares? I took a loss. I was wrong. Who cares? Move on with your life. Sorry, I'm getting off my soapbox, Mike, CSM. All right, here we go. What do we got on Bookmap? All right, I'm going to put it in market analysis right there. Look at that, new lows right there. They just popped that little micro range. And now we're going down to today's lows, which is 40.98 on ES and SPY. What a fake out, man. What a fake out. And delete that, delete that. Why did that show up? Oh, I'm on the wrong chart. That's why. Close. There we go. I need to close that out too. Close. All right, so SPY lows is right here, this white line, 40927. If we go down that far. All right, so on Bookmap, we definitely have a little liquidity at 4,100. It's 279. It's not all that big, but it looks like that's where they're going to bring this. Everything else, we've got liquidity 44,000 at 4,005, and then the next level is 4178. So this is no man's land. They're going to whipsaw us. When you've got this huge upwards, huge downwards, and nothing in the middle, they're going to whipsaw us. Unpredictable. European market would have closed, but they're already closed. They're closed today for a holiday. I hope so, Steve. I hope so. And I'm here to help. I'll help you get there. Discord link still invalid? Here, I'll give you another one. Invite, copy. There's another Discord link right there. All right. If y'all are going to listen to me on my plays that I do take, then you need to listen to me on the plays I don't take. So, man, look at that. Holy crap. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? Yeah, so far, Jimmy, it's just Patreon right now, but website, a few days. I'm out till we cross VWAP or a morning range. There you go. 9% on the account already. Awesome. Beautiful. Yeah, buddy. Nice, Jenny. Welcome, welcome. Let me know if you got any questions. DM me anytime. That's what I'm here for. Me too, Feast Mode. Me too. It's going to be more than just, an area for y'all to sign up. It's going to be like where I post on my content. It's going to be posted to like wherever you can go and get all the resources, because Discord's a little funky when it comes to putting on stuff. So, Putin to go under cancer surgery. When do you go for lunch? Pretty soon. Pretty soon. I'm not taking any trades right now. This is a little too unpredictable for me, especially to call out plays. A little too unpredictable for me. We're getting. I mean, that right there was a $1.50 candle. We're getting $1.50 candles in seconds. So, I highly encourage you. No matter what I take, I highly encourage you trade longer DTEs, because that was a $1.50 candle in seconds, and you could smoke their 0 DTEs out of nowhere. Really enjoying the trading community. Nice. I see profitability now. I've joined. Nice. Exosit. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. No one's got that. How was your weekend of flying? It was amazing. It was amazing. Thank you. A lot of good stuff. All right, there's some green. Coming back up to the 21. How do you improve your lower back strength? Calisthenics. If you can go anywhere from, chest raises out. You lay down flat on your stomach and you do chest raises. To strengthen that lower back. You could do the upward dog, deadlifts, good mornings, stretching, core work. There you go. Wife and I are taking our first discovery flight next week, so we can start on a private license. Awesome stuff, Ross. If you have any questions, let me know. I've got my entire FAR AIM completely tabbed out for all the stuff you need to know to do your pilot's license. I aced that pilot's exam, baby. Reverse hypers are fantastic. Yep. I'm not taking a call yet. FOMC is Wednesday. Wow, Samurai. Wow, dang. Remaining clear of Bravo. That's right. All right, little green up to the 21 EMA. NASDAQ is not quite as strong, but SPY is bouncing back. Where's this coming from? XLF is starting to bounce a touch. And XLV. I'm a little hesitant to enter anything right here. This is a little choppy. See? I got smacked down. Do a lot of stretching. Yeah. My hamstrings are the tightest things in the world. Incredibly tight. So I'm like, I got to stretch those things out. Lee Rat Fitness Challenge. That's right. Yeah, I'll take a look. Look at that. Smacked it down, reversed it red. I'm not touching it. This is too volatile for me. I like them gains though, bro. I like them squats. Yesterday, I replaced the sand in the pool filter, which is 300 pounds of sand. That was fun. 1 cup at a time. All right. Well, there's no prospective play at the moment. I'm just kind of hanging out. If y'all have any questions, if you want to talk about something, let me know. I'm not looking to trade anything at the moment. This is just too choppy, too volatile. I've got 2 big plays in. I'm very green for the day. 100%er. A lot of people took advantage of big portfolio gains, and I'm just kind of hanging out. 50 squats every time OM mentions being a pilot. Man, your legs would be huge. Big old quads, baby. I'd have to take a look, Astro. Did I hear you say avoid zero? Yes, I would avoid zero DTE positions today. No matter what I take, I would avoid zero DTE positions today. Public service announcement. When you trade this morning, did you put in stop losses when you enter the buy order? I did not. I do not. When should we switch over to the Patreon of the website? It's going to be rolled out shortly, very shortly. I know I kept saying that, but obviously we had to roll with some changes last week. It would have been out before then if it wasn't for that. I can massage your hamstrings if you need, winky face. It's getting weird, people. OM after dark. Yeah, so if you've already paid for May, we'll go ahead and get you signed up for the website as soon as possible. And what we'll do is transfer everything over. I'll put out instructions. I'll put out instructions for everybody when the time comes. So just because I'm sure I'll repeat myself a million times. TheOptionsMillionaire.com. TheOptionsMillionaire.com is the website. OM Nightclub. Do you think your account strategy would work well for small accounts as like sub 5,000? Well, I'll let them answer that. Anybody have a sub $5,000 account think this is good? Yeah, it'll be the same as Patreon. I look back and saw 5 red weeks in a row, and SPY is extremely rare. It is very rare. Do I think there's a good likelihood we bounce this week? I do think there's a good likelihood we see some green this week. Just because here's the deal. The VIX is either going to go to 50 or it's going to go back down to the 20s. So that's going to happen. Here's what happens. Let's have a little discussion. VIX is now what? 3506. 3506. The VIX is there's going to be a certain point in the market where the big money institutions feel that we're not going any lower, or they stop doing what they're doing to make it go lower. So they're going to remove their hedges, because right now they are hedging their upside positions. They're hedging their money with downward protection, puts, short calls, whatever it is. There's going to be a point in the market where they remove those hedges because the market's already fallen enough. They remove those hedges, and IV crushes. IV comes off, VIX starts to blast down 33, 31, 30, 29, 27, 25. The VIX starts to fall, and that's when we get that huge, crazy green. That is why in bear markets you've got the strongest bull rallies. We hear that all the time, but that is why. In bear markets you get the strongest bull rallies because the IV comes off, and then hedges come off, they unwind, and boom, buyers hit the market, and you fly. 3 days, you're up 300 points. I think we're going to get close to that this week. Now, here's what I said. The VIX is either going to 50 or it's going back down to the 20s. So, if I'm wrong, the VIX is going to go to 50, and then we're going to go down to 39.50 or 39.75. You think that's crazy? We're not that. I mean, we're not that far off. We're only 113 points off. And in this environment, when the VIX is over 30, 112 points is a hop, skip, and a jump. Yes, Johnny. The IV coming off. That's what it is. They start closing all those downward puts, those hedges. Hedges close out. Boom. I listened to this YouTuber Axe this week and talked about PDT hack. Try trading cash settled instruments SPX and making a counter trade to lock profits, not day trade. Yeah. I mean, if you have the know-how to do that, I mean, you have to manage positions. You have to be. I mean, that's. I wouldn't recommend that for the everyday investor. If you're very well at managing positions and you're well versed, then yeah, that's a good way to do it. And with a small account, yeah. I think that's a great idea, Harmson. I think that's a great idea. The 50 BPS is confirmed. The problem will be when the Fed guidance will be. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. All right. Bio break. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. Do you think 75 is on the table? Not for this week. I think 75 will be the next one, but this one will be 50. He won't dare do 75 this one. I mean, the market's already priced in 50, so. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and call that a morning. It's been a volatile day. We've got fantastic day. We had ES short and some great 100% win on some calls, and that is it. Little choppy stuff here. I would still do not play 0DT positions until we get a clear definition of what's going to happen, because one single $2 candle will bring a 0DT position 60% in the red in a second. And you want to talk about destroying your emotions. That is disheartening to see. I'm going to call that a morning. Let me know if you got any questions. If you're new to the channel and you got more questions about what's going on here, you can shoot me a DM in the Discord. The links to the Discord and the Patreon are down in the description of this video. You can also join us on Twitter. OPTS Millionaire is the handle. Come hang out there. Yeah, man. I look forward to seeing y'all this afternoon in the Discord. Won't be doing another YouTube stream today, but I will be doing another voice stream later on today for the Discord. So I look forward to training with y'all. Y'all be safe. Let me know if you got questions. I'm out.